Welcome back, guys. In the previous lecture, we learned the syntax of jQuery in detail. And in this lecture, we are going to see how to find HTML elements using jQuery selectors. jQuery selectors are one of the most important parts of the jQuery library. But first, let us see the agenda of this lecture. First of all, we will see what jQuery selectors are, then a few selectors with their examples in detail. After that, a list of some important selectors. And at the end, there is an assignment for you all. So without any further ado, let us get started. Well, what exactly are these jQuery selectors? jQuery selectors allow you to select and manipulate HTML elements. jQuery selectors are used to find or select HTML elements based on their name, ID, classes, types, attributes, values of attributes, and much more. It is based on the existing CSS selectors, and in addition, it has some own custom selectors. All selectors in jQuery start with the $sign and parentheses. Let us see how to select an element. The element selector. The jQuery element selector selects elements based on the element name. You can select all P elements on a page like $P. Let us see an example. In this example, the $button.click is a click event. So when we click on the button, all the P elements, they will hide. And as we discussed in the previous lecture, document.ready is to prevent any jQuery code from running before the document has finished loading. With the help of hide action on the selected element $P, we are hiding all the P elements. Let us see the output on the browser. When we click on the button, it will hide all the P elements. So let us move on to our next selector, which is the #ID selector. The jQuery #ID selector uses the ID attribute of an HTML tag to find the specific element. An ID should be unique within a page, so you should use the #ID selector when you want to find a single unique element. To find an element with a specific ID, write a hash character followed by the ID of the HTML element. $test. Let us see the example. When a user clicks on a button, the element with ID equal to test will be hidden. $test.hide. This line lets you select and hide the elements having an ID test. Let us see the output. When you click on the button, it will hide the element having an ID test, which is the P element. The next selector is .class selector. The jQuery .class selector finds elements with a specific class. It is just like an ID selector. To find elements with a specific class, write a period character followed by the name of the class. $test. Let us see an example. When a user clicks on a button, the elements with class equal to test will be hidden. $test.hide. This line lets you select and hide the elements having a class test. Here, the P element has the class test. Let us see the output. Let us click on the button. Voila! The elements having the class test have been hidden. Now let us see a list of some other important selectors. So that is it for the selectors, guys. It's time for an assignment now. Use the correct selector to hide all P elements. $hide. Well, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this lecture. Solve the assignment and we will meet very soon in the next lecture. Till then, stay connected and stay safe. Bye.